Hello! It's that time again. It's time for stories, makeup, history. Aren't you excited? Today I'm going to tell you a very, very old story. A story that is so old and strange that even some younger Koreans have never heard it before. This is the story of Queen Mago, also known as Mago Halmoni or Mago Grandma, and also known as Mago of Duryusan. So this is why I'm dressed a little bit like a grandma today, with a little bun and my own little old-fashioned outfit. You can probably see old Korean ladies wearing this exact same outfit if you just walk around Seoul for a little bit. But anyway, so since this story is very, very old, and that is the case with old stories, the names of places are not always the same over 1,000 years, right? So especially Duryusan is not called Duryusan anymore. Now it's called Jirisan. However, the streams and valleys area around Jirisan is still called Yeongyudam, and some of the other mountain names in this story are the same still. But some things have changed, like Jirisan. Just know these are all real places that really exist, that you can really visit, and I'll leave it up to you to decide if Mago herself is real. So Mago is a goddess who lives on Earth. Now, how did Mago come to Earth? I'll tell you. Mago was queen to the king of heaven. And apparently, even in heaven, we care about bloodlines and heirs to the throne. So it was very important for Mago to get pregnant, but she was not able to get pregnant. And the other residents of heaven wanted to kick her out because of this, because they thought that her infertility was a sign of her sinfulness. Because they were jerks, you know. Infertility is nobody's problem, nobody's fault, right? But so they wanted to kick her out. But the king of heaven, he really, really loved Mago. He didn't want her to go away, but apparently heaven is some sort of royal democracy, and the majority won, and he was forced to kick her out. But he didn't make her leave empty-handed. He sent her away with some gifts to make her life on Earth a little bit more manageable. He gave her 9 dragons. He gave her a flying horse that will bring her back to heaven in the event that she gets pregnant and can return. And also, he gave her a boat. But the boat was supposed to help her draw energy from the mountain. Jirisan was supposed to have, like, great energy. And the king of heaven believed that the energy of the mountain will help Queen Mago get pregnant and return to heaven more quickly. Because I think the king doesn't know how babies are made. So he sent her down, hoping that she gets pregnant from the mountain energy so that she can return quickly. And he did say, get pregnant and come back soon. He also gave her a backup plan. And the backup plan was, if she fails to get pregnant, she may return to heaven when the world floods and Jirisan is covered by water. Then she could also come back even if she's not pregnant. I don't know if you've looked, but Google search will tell you that Jirisan is very tall and very much not underwater. Mago is probably still waiting. So Mago had no choice to go down to Earth and settle there. And since baby making is not a solo activity, it's not really something you can do by yourself, Mago is believed to still be waiting on Jirisan. And so while she was waiting, she sort of became like the goddess or guardian of Jirisan. And the people there believe that she brings the rain when you ask her to, that her horse will bring you good news when requested, and in times of war, it's said that she protects the residents of Jirisan by hiding them under her skirt. So that's pretty cool. So what did she do? How did she spend her time on Earth? Well, she's huge, actually. Mago is one of the goddesses of heaven, and apparently the gods and goddesses of heaven are huge. I mean, massive. And that's why they're all, part of the original creation myths. That's how Koreans believe that, some god or goddess moved this mountain here or created this pass here, blah, blah, blah. And a dragon fell asleep here and made this mountain range. Equally, Mago is believed to have been so large that she also influenced the landscape of Korea. Her body was said to have been so huge that her body couldn't even be covered by 90,000 pieces of hemp cloth. She's a big lady. So the mountains and various structures all over Korea were said to have been moved by her hands, or some other activities as well. For example, when she stood with one foot on Nogosan and one foot on Bulguksan and urinated, the force, the sheer power of her stream created the Muhakje Pass. So her pee stream was so strong that it created new land structures. On top of that, the hills, the little hills and structures around Jirisan are said to be her poop. So that's fun too. I don't know about you, but when I'm climbing a mountain, I don't really think I'm climbing a goddess's poop, right? But that's apparently the case. She's big, she's powerful, influential. Now, what is Mago doing today? Well, like I said, Mago is not, Jirisan's not underwater, and Mago isn't pregnant, probably. So she's believed to still be waiting on the mountain for the day when she can go back to heaven. Actually, she's not widely worshipped today, and she's mostly left out of the creation myths that are taught. She's definitely not in any tourist media. These days, Mago is not, it's actually not easy to hear about Mago unless you're, listening to one of my videos. Or, if you go to the areas where she's famous, like Jirisan. But mostly, she's not widely worshipped. She's not taught about. She's left out of most of the creation stories. She's certainly not in any tourism media. Even if you visit Jirisan or like Namwon, which is a town near Jirisan, you're not going to find that much about Mago. Maybe some statue, but that's about it. But through some local stories, some, like I said, statues, or some persisting tales, we do know that there was a Queen Mago, or Mago Halmi, or Mago of Duryusan, and she's supposed to still be waiting. So if you, like Mago, are waiting for more of my videos, go ahead and like and subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment too, and ring the bell so you get a notification when my videos go up. And like an old grandma, I'll be waiting until you come to visit me again. See you then. Bye.